widely recognised as the home of boxing. Every major fight night across the world live on the platform, and that includes, of course, Saturday night here in Manchester, the big main event, Jack Catterall against Regis Prograis. For me, one of the best fights that can be made at 140 pounds. You saw in the first segment some incredible young talent, but what you see up here is 3 50-50 fights that I cannot wait for. Of course, the rematch, Jimmy Joe Flynn against Campbell Hatton, absolute must win. And for me, a potential of one of the British fights of the year, the British and Commonwealth Championship between the holder, Regis Belotti, and of course, Manchester's Michael Gomez. It's going to be 23 years to the day on Sunday that Michael Gomez and Ricky Hatton both boxed in Manchester. This weekend, career-defining fights for their sons and Manchester's favourites as we look forward to a spectacular night of boxing. A big crowd expected here. And before we speak to the fighters, I'm going to head down to Alfie Sharman from DAZN to say a few words.
Yeah, thanks Eddie. Hi everyone, it's great to be here in Manchester today. As Eddie said, it's an unbelievable time for us at DAZN. What a fight we have ahead of us on Saturday, obviously headlined by Regis and Jack. Jack's coming off a brilliant run, fantastic performance, obviously against Josh back in May. Regis coming off of a loss against one of obviously the biggest names in the sport, in Devin Haney. I was fortunate enough to be ringside for that fight, and I don't think anyone in the division would be beating Devin that night. So I wish best of luck to everyone on the card, both men. At DAZN, the global home of boxing, we say it often because it's true. We have over 150 fights a year. Fights every week. We're in an unbelievable schedule. I'm probably going to break the rules a bit here, but we're announcing today a very early Black Friday offer to fight fans in the US and the UK, 50% off all subscription plans in the US and up to 33% off in the UK. Look out for DAZN Boxing social handles later on for the announcement. Why so early for Black Friday? Because we're in an unbelievable run for fights for our subscription business. It's fundamental, it's incredibly important. Obviously this weekend, then we move over to November 9th, Boots Bam, double header, card also featuring Ray Ford, Amo Williams, many more. And then we move through to Latino night, headlined by Chris Billam Smith and Zurdo Ramirez, full stack card of Golden Boy talent. Sonny and Galal at the end of November. So just in 4 weeks alone, there's some unbelievable fights on the platform. So if you're a fight fan anywhere in the world and you haven't yet joined us at DAZN, time to join us ringside ahead of this amazing fight this weekend, live and exclusive on DAZN.
Thanks, Alfie. Great news for fight fans as we continue to rule the world. Now, of course, we've seen incredible fights on DAZN recently, sometimes the very best in the sport. Bivol Beterbiev, a great example of that just a couple of weeks ago. It doesn't always have to be an undisputed fight to get the juices flowing. For me, Jimmy Joe Flynn against Campbell Hatton is a fight that I cannot wait for on Saturday night. The first fight, if you haven't seen it in Sheffield, was fantastic. Campbell Hatton joined up with Ben Davison. It's kind of like a rebuild period. You should take a 6 or an 8 rounder because you don't want to go back into a 50-50. And then all of a sudden we get the phone call from Barry and the team down there. We want the rematch with Jimmy Joe Flynn. I was so pleased to hear that. And on Saturday night in this arena in Manchester, Campbell Hatton is in an absolute must-win fight in what will be another war. We'll actually start with the victor from that first fight, Jimmy Joe. Jimmy, welcome. You've been very vocal. The first fight was brilliant. I know it was music to your ears to have the rematch. Another huge show. You believe it's a repeat for Jimmy Joe on Saturday night?
Yes, 110%. I believe it's repeat. I didn't think he'd take it this soon. He says, oh yeah, he didn't want any warm-up fights or whatever else. If that's the case, why weren't I penciled in on the August show? You know. But we're here, and I believe 110% it's going to be repeat.
Obviously, last time out, it was a competitive fight. You won the fight. I think everyone agreed with that as well. New trainer. You expect a different version of Campbell Hatton in there on Saturday?
There's going to be a problem if he don't bring a different version, isn't there? It's, like I say, if he doesn't improve anyway, it's just going to be a win again for me. And then his career's basically over, innit? Another win, back-to-back losses to me, and his career's finished.
Obviously, one thing I've been impressed about is not just the tickets you sold in Sheffield, but sold here in Manchester as well. Huge numbers coming up to watch you. And you know, Campbell was on the pitch last night with Man City. We're a couple of yards away from the Etihad Stadium as well. But you got big support. Going to be a great atmosphere in there on Saturday.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I'm fan friendly. My fans follow me wherever I go. It's just one of them things. Doncaster, one goes to war, we all go to war.
And we'll get a war from you on Saturday night. How does this fight end?
Well, I believe Flint knockout, win.
Campbell, welcome. Seen you everywhere this week in Manchester, you know, over at the ground, obviously with your old man as well. I was quite surprised to see you jump straight back into this fight, but very pleased as well. I think it's the right decision for you. Feeling the pressure or just excited to go to war with this man once again?
No, just excited. Pressure's something I've had from the very start of my career, and that's nothing new. It is a must-win fight, but the way I've been performing in the gym, I've got the new setup, coming into it with a lot of confidence. I think I did a lot wrong in the first fight, as good a fight as it was. So there's been a lot we can change, a lot we can adapt, and just going into it with a lot of confidence.
Both of you had success in that first fight as well. One thing we hear and we see is that you're sitting down on your shots, punching harder with Barry and the team. Do you think you have the ammunition to stop this guy on Saturday night?
Yeah, I'm expecting to. Not just that. Like, I think we had success early, but there was I was making a lot of mistakes, which I think cost me the fight, and we've put them right as well. We've got a few other little adaptations to my style, and I think people are going to be in for a shock on Saturday.
Obviously, it's our job to hype up the fight. I called it a shit or get off the pan fight, but do you understand the pressure on you to win this fight on Saturday night, really, even at a young age, for your career moving forward?
Yeah, there is. It is a must-win fight, and I'm using that as fuel to go in there and get the job done, and I'm more than confident that's what I'm going to do.
Well, we expect another tremendous 10-round fight between Jimmy Joe Flint and Campbell Hatton, and this one can only be a classic. As Regis Belotti reminded me pre-press conference, we think that other than Anthony Joshua, he's the longest-serving Matchroom fighter, and he's also from Watford. And another incredible stat about Regis Belotti, he's actually got an Android phone. I didn't actually know anyone had an Android phone anymore. He just pulled it out, which I thought was quite amazing. Oh, Bobby's got one. Damn, okay. But you're Americans, so that don't count. Michael Gomez, the challenger on Saturday night. I mean, it's all set up for you, Michael. Obviously, the history with your old man and obviously Campbell's old man. The British and Commonwealth Championships as well. Huge amount of tickets sold for this fight. The atmosphere is going to be incredible. We can only get a war, can't we, between you and Regis Belotti?
You said it, mate. We can only get a war, and that's all you're going to get. Simple as that.
We've seen you in some great fights. This is a good competitor, a good fighter, someone that used to just stand and trade, but now can do a little bit of everything. You think you've got the tools to beat him on Saturday night?
Absolutely. Beat him and stop him. Simple as that.
And just a word for the Barnet as well?
It's a long story, mate. So when England was playing, he was getting beat 1-0 off the Netherlands in the semis. I said if we come back and win, go for a new dude. Then Ollie Watkins scored, and, well, the rest is history, mate.
And kept it on board. It's the new look.
Kept it on board, mate. When you've got kids, you ain't got time to change your hair, mate.
But finally, obviously, with the history of the family, the Lonsdale belt is something that's very, very important.
Yeah, mate. The British title fight in this new arena. You know, you can only be a winner from Manchester, surely. You can't let someone from London come up here and win the British title in this arena for the first time. I have to win it. It's as simple as that. I have to win.
Great knockout last time. You see the fight going the same way Saturday?
Someone's getting flat packed. Someone's getting flat packed. It might be me, it might be him, but someone's getting flat packed.
Regis, it might be him, it might be you. You share the same anticipation or the confidence that you keep hold of that belt on Saturday night?
Yeah, I don't think it would be me, to be honest. But yeah, like you say, it's going to be a good fight. Our styles are bound to gel at some point in that ring, and we're going to have a good tear-up. The
story that and the journey that you've been on, quite incredible, really. I mean, I know it's been told within the sport, but really looked like you were done and dusted, and the comeback's been quite incredible. What is the reason for that? What is the reason for all these performances that we're seeing from you now? Is it just an understanding of the professional game and being able to improve in the gym and through those tough experiences in defeat?
Yeah, like you say, 100%. It's all down to experiences with professional boxing as well, and obviously not a lot of people mention, but the moving up in weight has been a massive thing for me. At 9 stone, for the last few fights at 9 stone, I was dead. And I know it's only, most people say it's only £4. 4 pounds makes a massive difference as a boxer. And for me, it's helped massively. And again, you'll see that Saturday night.
And finally, last time you made the trip up north was against Aqib Fiaz. He had massive support as well in the M&S Arena in Liverpool. You're coming up, I know that you've got a few coming up from Watford, but you're used to kind of those big nights down south with all your crowd coming. Quite enjoying going into the away den. It's going to be some atmosphere for Michael Gomez on Saturday. Yeah,
like you say, a ring's a ring though, do you know what I mean? So he's going to have the fans, but they can't fight for him. Again, like you say, last time I come up here, I beat Fiaz, a good fighter, and I'm going to beat Gomez, and another good fighter. So the journey continues. Well, it's an incredible fight. British and Commonwealth Championship. Regis Belotti against Michael Gomez. Don't miss that one. And this one, for me, one of the best fights in the division. 2 of the very, very best at 140 pounds. Of course, Jack Catterall, who is in his 3rd headline fight in 12 months, headlining in Liverpool against Jorge Linares, headlining in Leeds against Josh Taylor, and now headlining in Manchester against this man, Regis Prograis. One of the most exciting fighters over the last few years at 140 pounds. Of course, we saw him last time out against Devin Haney in front of about 18,000 on DAZN pay-per-view in San Francisco. A must-win fight for both. I've made it pretty clear. We have, just in a couple of weeks, Liam Paro fighting Richardson Hitchens. I would love the winner of this fight to fight the winner of that fight for the World Championship. And we'll start with 2 outstanding trainers. Bobby, we'll start with you. Been with Regis for a long, long time. I see something a little different about him in this training camp. Is that a back-to-the-wall mentality and an absolute understanding that he must win this fight on Saturday?
No, absolutely. It's been a great camp. Regis is great. The atmosphere has been good. It's been a boring camp, but fun for him. Sam Jones and Jack made a big mistake. I don't know. Jack deserves a world title fight. You know, it's great for us. I think it's bad for them. So it's great. We're going to have a good night.
Obviously, we saw maybe a couple of years ago a more aggressive Regis Prograis. Maybe in the last couple of fights, you know, not so. Do we expect to see that spike back from Regis Prograis on Saturday night?
He's definitely back. He's back to himself. Yeah, he had a couple of bad camps, and it's part of boxing. You know, he went through it, but now he's sharp as he ever was.
What gives you the confidence to beat this man? I know you know your boxing. I know I'm sure you rate Jack Catterall as well, but you call it a mistake. You just think he's too much for him?
He's definitely Regis a better fighter, but Jack definitely deserves a world title fight. He should be fighting for the world title tonight. Instead, or Saturday night. Instead, he's going to get beat by Regis Prograis.
Well, Jamie, the man in the other corner, we know that Jack is one fight away from challenging for that world title. A great fight last time out. Obviously, you know your boxing as well. You take this threat very seriously on Saturday night.
Of course, yeah. That's the reason why we decided to go ahead with Prograis in the other corner, was because Jack's the type of fighter where he needs the best type of fighter in the opposite corner to bring the best out in him. And, you know, it was a long process, you know, a few years where we got the chance to get into this stage where he's on the world stage and he's able to show people what he's capable of. We was singing his praises and banging the drum for him for a long time. And then thankfully he got the opportunity. Didn't go our way. He's come back, he's righted that wrong. And he deserves a world title fight. They're right in what they're saying. But it's no good, Jack, fighting, just having a tick-over fight, you know, just trying to get a win and wait for that world title fight, because they're the potential banana skins. We know how good Regis is. We know he's got to be on his game, and that's the reason why we decided to take the fight, was because you know he'll have to be at his best to perform, and this is the type of fight what will bring the best out in Jack.
A few points wins on the spin for Jack. Maybe the perception is that he's not a big puncher. What we hear in the gyms and from other people is that he really is a big puncher. If we get an aggressive Regis Prograis, this could be a really fun fight.
Yeah, again, another reason why we went with Regis was because we know the styles will blend for a great fight. People are always sleeping on Jack's power. You know, he's never going to be a Golovkin. He's not that type of fighter. But when he hits you, believe me, you know about it. So, and we have a hell of a lot of respect for Regis. The reason why we're here tonight is because we've got respect for him. We know how good he is. We know what he's achieved. We know the power he possesses and the danger he brings. But that's going to bring the best out in Jack Catterall.
Regis, welcome. Again, sort of same question to you, just something different this time. You know, you signed the deal with us, you had the homecoming, you had the big fight for Haney, and now you packed your bags, you flew overseas for a fight that you absolutely must win on Saturday night.
Yeah, I mean, this is a fight I wanted, you know. Yeah, that's the main. This is a fight I wanted. Me and Jack were supposed to fight a long time ago, but it just obviously didn't happen for reasons. I feel like they didn't want to fight. I think you backed them into the corner. You maybe told me too, but at the same time, this is a big fight. This is the best fight you can make at 140 without the belts, and yeah, I'm all up. Like right now, I'm just feeling super calm, super confident about everything, super relaxed right here. Like I don't even feel like I'm away from home, to be honest. Like everybody here is been so nice. I would expect people to be like more hostile. I expect the crowd to talk shit to me or something, but nobody said nothing. You know, like
could be Saturday night.
Maybe so, but I mean, even the whole time, like, no, everybody's so nice. Everybody's so nice right now. But I mean, I just feel like super calm, super confident, and like Bobby said, like I just feel like I'm back. I'm back in my bag again. And obviously, we can talk, we can do all this, but you know, Saturday night, you know, we'll see. And I just know, I know that it's different. It's levels. You know, it is. It's different levels to this game. You know, we can say what we want, but like, you know, me and him, we got some similar opponents, but at the same time, you take Josh Taylor off his resume and you take Josh Taylor off my resume, what does he have? Like nothing. You take Josh Taylor off my resume, I'm still a two-time world champion, you know? So, like I said, it's levels. It's levels to this game, and I'm going to go out there and show, and skills pay the bills, and that's what I'm going to show.
Do you feel over those maybe last couple of fights you lost your spite a little bit in there? I mean, you look different this time. You look very healthy. You're talking a little bit different.
Right.
Was it maybe the comfort of being a world champion?
Yeah, of course. I always listen. When I did it before. When I'm a world champion, it's like I did it. You know, what else is there to do? That's kind of in my mindset. That's how it is. But now I'm always back hungry. When I don't have the belt, it's like, all right, I'm hungry. I'm back on my grind, and I want to get that again. And so for me, my goal is to be a three-time champion. That's, you know, it's for me. It's nothing gonna get in my way of being a three-time champion. And yeah, I just feel like super confident right now. I don't know why, but I feel really confident.
Last time you were here, you treated us to one of the best fights we've seen in this country with Josh Taylor. You felt you won that fight. It was a fight that could have gone either way. Right. You don't want to take it to the scorecards on Saturday night. You plan to run through this guy in there?
I plan on doing my thing. You know, I'm not Ali. I don't predict the rounds and nothing like that. I just plan on going out there and doing my thing. If I do what I've been doing in the gym, it shouldn't be, I don't want to say easy, but it shouldn't be what people think it's going to be. It shouldn't be no 50-50 stuff.
And of course, with Liam Parra against Richardson Hitchens coming up, and so many fights at 140, you believe we see a statement from Regis Prograis on Saturday night in Manchester?
Yeah, every time I fight, I definitely want to make a statement. Well, now, going back to it, you know, every fight I fight, I just want to, you know, the main thing is I do it because for legacy. I know money is cool and stuff like that, but for me, I want to do it for my legacy. I want to do it to say I am the best at 140, and I did it twice, and I want to do it again. And the belts and the legacy, that's what I do it for.
Thank you, Regis. Jack, I know you've done a huge amount of media. Everybody has as well. It's going to be a massive show on Saturday, but it's kind of at these moments where we know you're right there for a world title. Many people say, why? You know, why fight a fight like this when you've pretty much got a world championship in your hand? You want to test yourself against the best. You believe you have the beating of this man on Saturday night.
Yeah, and I think we spoke after the last fight, and you said we could get a world title shot in 2025, and I've been in that position before where I've been waiting on something that might not happen. So my instruction to Sam and to Matchroom was, I want to fight the best, and Regis was the name that was proposed, so we jumped at it.
Obviously, last time out, another incredible fight, incredible atmosphere as well. You put that wrong right, and in the Josh Taylor victory as well. Different kind of challenge this time, and a guy definitely with a bit between his teeth, looking to save his own career at world championship level.
Yeah, of course, the chapter with Taylor's now is done. That's forgotten about. We move on. We've got a big job Saturday. And I think we've spoke about it, but the pressure's on. I put the pressure on myself. I think Regis is right in saying his last two performances probably haven't been his best. So he's in a position where he needs to turn up. And I put that pressure on myself to perform Saturday, to be in a position. He's had his time in the sun. He's boxed for world title. He's won world titles. And that's what I want.
He questions the resume. He said, without Josh Taylor, he doesn't think you've got much of a resume as well. Do you agree that he has the better of it in terms of that CV?
Yeah, probably. He's fought for world titles. He's won world titles. I've yet to do that, but I'm willing to prove that, and I'm ready to prove that on Saturday.
And finally, we saw against Josh Taylor your desire, sometimes your ability to stand in a pocket and trade. This guy is known as a puncher. We think he's going to be aggressive on Saturday night. The 8,000 or 9,000 or wherever it'll end up being on Saturday night, we'll expect a great fight between you two.
Yeah, of course. I'm expecting Regis to come with everything he's said in the build-up. Of course, we've seen his box rec, we've seen his fights. He's a strong fighter, and he'll come looking for it. And I'm the better boxer here on Saturday.
Well, I can't wait to see it. I think one of the best fights at 140 pound. And as I said, up here on this top table, 3 50-50 championship fights that I can't wait for on Saturday night. Jimmy Joe Flynn rematching Campbell Hatton. Michael Gomez challenges Regis Belotti for the British and Commonwealth Championship. And the big one, the 140 unofficial final eliminator for the World Championship, really. Jack Catterall against Regis Prograis. Big crowd at the Co-op live on DAZN around the world as British boxing returns with a bang. Tune in. We're going to face off the guys here now.
Wait. I got something else to say, right? I'm gonna slash everything right now. A long time ago, Sam Jones, his manager, where you at, Sam? Sam actually said, I will beat Jack's ass. A long time ago, right? And I got proof right now. If y'all want to hear it, I got proof. He said flatten him.
Right hand to God, never said that. Listen, you've been hitting the head too much by Devin Haney, my friend.
Watch this. Listen, everybody, be quiet.
I like Jack, by the way. I know him very well, but I do think you flatten him. You understand what I mean? Because you're a different guy to Josh Taylor. Jack wants to fight you, but I think your dad promoter was like, oh.
I know when that was.
Want to do it again? Wait, hold on.
We just need to hear it one more time.
I know when that was.
Hold on.
I know when that was. Regis, I've got some messages of you, so just think very carefully before you play that next one.
I know him very well, but I do think... I like Jack, by the way. I know him very well, but I do think you flatten him.
This is before I knew Jack. I'd never met Jack before.
Wants to fight you, but I think...
You never met Jack?
I'd never met Jack. I've only known him 2 years.
All right. Well, why you... Exactly.
Regis, I've got some messages of you, and they'll be posted later.
Go ahead, do it. That's fine.
Sam, just a very quick word from you on Saturday night. What happens?
Jack's gonna beat him.
That ain't what you just said. You already said that. That was to what?
That was like 2 years ago. 2 years ago.
You said it though, right?
Tell me the date when it was.
You said it though, right?
Show me the date.
You said it, right?
You're what I'm gonna dig up now.
First off, he said, I got hit too many times, and now he said, oh, it was 2 years ago. What was it, Sam? Come on, you flip-flopping.
Regis,
come on, let's face off.
Regis, you've said nothing the whole build-up. And I've been nothing but respectful to you, but now I'm going to dig some stuff on you, my friend.
That's
good
fine.
Look on
Let's
that.
go. That's fine.
Let's
go face off.
Why is Evans not allowed up there? Why is Evans not allowed up there?
Listen, Evans is right there. Could you pass the mic to Evans one second?
Why is he not up there?
Could you pass the mic, Evans?
Yeah, he can talk.
We've missed you. Just a few words, your sum up of this fight and what happens on Saturday night.
We want Prograis is going to give the good people of Manchester what they want, which is a tough-ass fight. He's been tough his whole career. We haven't fucked around in camp, and we want to put Manchester on notice that Regis Prograis is back, and whatever you said, I don't give a shit about that. Saturday night, Regis Prograis will raise his hand right here in Manchester. You people in Manchester deserve a good fight. You got 2 good fighters, Catterall and Prograis, and it's going down just like that.
All right, let's hear it, everybody. Well done, well done. We're going to face off.